Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Je m'appelle Thomas White et je suis conseiller en diplomatie publique à l'ambassade des États-Unis d'Amérique en France. Je suis heureux de vous accueillir au 12e débat des anciens de la French Debating Association à l'hôtel de Talleyrand. Bonsoir, Monsieur et Carolina. Bonsoir, Albertine et Francesco. Et merci pour votre énergie et votre dévouement à la réalisation de cet événement très spécial. Malheureusement, je parle un peu français et pas très bien. Oui, c'est vrai. Donc, il vaut mieux que nous passions à l'anglais. Joseph Joubert was a French moralist and essayist, remembered today largely for his Pensées, published after his death by a young writer, diplomat, and his friend, François-René Viscount de Chateaubriand. And Joubert wrote, "It is better to debate a question without settling it than to settle a question without debating it." Debate forums like this help to foster academic and cultural collaboration, encouraging teamwork through the exchange of ideas, all with the goal of promoting greater mutual understanding. Democracy must be built through open societies that share information. When there is information, there is enlightenment. When there is debate, there are solutions. When there is no sharing of ideas, no rule of law, no accountability, there is abuse, corruption, and resentment. We know the future of Franco-American relations depends on the continued friendship between our peoples. We also know the future leaders of our two countries are found in our youth, which is the reason why the embassy devotes much of our efforts to creating dialogue with and between youth from a broad spectrum of French society. As leaders in your own right, I would like to commend you for all taking part in these debates. And especially I applaud you for the responsible leadership roles that you play in your communities, choosing to make a difference and inspiring the next generation. Have a wonderful evening. Merci à tous. Et pour les deux équipes, bon courage.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second edition of the Veterans Exhibition Tournament, the VET, the VET. Yes, we are very proud of that name. I am Francesco Ferretti, Co-Secretary General of the FDA, and I will be your slightly drowned chairman tonight. It is not public speaking, which gave me wet trousers. Before we begin, I would like to invite you to extend our deepest gratitude to the American Embassy in Paris and all its staff for hosting us tonight. Indeed, and for the second time in a row, they immediately accepted to welcome us in this marvelous hall, and we are truly honored to count them amongst our friends. In particular, I would like to thank Mr. Tom White, Madame Fabienne Mollet, and Ms. Robin Smith. With the stunning, albeit right now absent, Albertine Acnin, there she is, Co-Secretary General of the FDA. It is our duty to heed the complaints that are made regarding the FDA. Yes, believe it or not, we do get some complaints, mainly about how we turn our debaters to a life of vice, debauchery, and alcoholism.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
We make no apologies.
Hear, hear.
But there is one complaint which we receive all the time, ladies and gentlemen, and from every single debater. that you only get to live the FDA tournament once. And I understand, I really do. It is truly difficult to keep living, knowing that one's life has already peaked. Especially since all great things in this world have not one, but two peaks. This is the reason why we created the VET, the reason we looked up each and every single one of your 1,300 names, stalked you on the internet to find your email addresses, and spam them. Your presence here tonight demonstrates that despite what the naysayers claim, some people love to be stalked and spammed. But my dating strategies aside, the real purpose of this event is simple: to bring people together around their common passion, regardless of generation, and to build a community. And we are thrilled to see so many of you here tonight braving the floods of Paris. You represent 24 generations of FDA veterans from widely different backgrounds, universities, and now even careers. Thus, once the debate comes to an end and to foster this community, we have prepared a little reception for you to mingle, meet old friends, and perhaps make some new ones. To help you in this endeavor and smoothen your social skills, Florence and Julien Marcoux have very graciously driven all the way from Champagne to offer you the golden nectar which they produce and bears their name. Please join me in thanking them for sharing the product of their wonderful cellar with us tonight. And now, to really warm you up and get your juices flowing, I will begin by reminding you of the rules which will govern the debate. Mimicking the rules and procedures of the House of Commons, 5 speakers from the government will confront 5 speakers from the opposition. Each speaker will be granted 6 minutes under the direct scrutiny of my beloved bellboy, Nicolas Decroix. During his or her speech, a speaker may be interrupted by the other team, either by a point of information or by a point of order. Points of information must be questions and are asked by standing up and placing one's hand on one's head or one's hand outstretched. The speaker may or may not accept the point, but is obliged to take at least one and is recommended to take 2. If a point is accepted, it is included in the timing of the speech. Points of order, on the other hand, are made directly to me and regard the running of the debate or its procedure. They are made to ensure that both the rules and underlying principles of courtesy and decency are respected. If a point of order is asked, time will be stopped whilst I adjudicate the grievance. The first and the last minutes of each speech are protected, and no points of information will be admissible during this time. At the end of the first minute and the beginning of the 6th minute will be kindly signalled by our bellboy with the sound. Daunting. At the end of the 6 minutes, which are allocated to each speaker, you will hear the sound. At this point, the speaker will be expected to conclude his speech as promptly as possible. If he or she does not do so within 15 seconds, the bellboy has been instructed to be as rude as he possibly can until he or she stops speaking. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to remind you that, beautiful and charismatic though the speakers may be, this is not a TV. This is a house, and you are its members. As such, it is your privileged duty to interact with the speakers and give this debate the life that it deserves. So, if you agree with what the speaker is saying, show your support with a heartfelt
Hear, hear.
If, however, you are outraged by a statement, let the speaker know with a bellowing shame. You have indeed done this before. I'm sorry, did I say lastly? No, we actually have a little surprise for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And for the debaters. We have a new room. To truly turn this room into a house, we've decided to instill a little division amongst your ranks and separate the audience into two political parties, each headed by a leader. All of those seated to my right, you are now the majority party,
Here, here.
in support of the government.
Sure.
Those to my left, I name you the minority party in support of the opposition. The majority leader, unbeknownst to him before just about 10 minutes ago, will be Mr. Cyril Lucas, ENS 2009. And the minority leader will be Soana Denier Hillary 2015.
On that point of information, Mr. Chairman, surely what you have just described is symmetrical, but it seems to me that they should perhaps switch sides. No?
I'm the majority.
Okay.
Well, you're all good. Mr. President. Now, we've asked the leaders to take a seat right over there. Why? Because as representatives of your parties, they've been granted the power to ask POIs to the teams. I hope you use that power wisely and not too sparsely. Now, having been reminded of the rules that they will abide by, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to welcome our two teams tonight. The proposition will be headed by their Prime Minister, David Lübeck, inside 1996. Second speaker, Diane Sora Hillary 2016. Third speaker, Julia Clavel, ESCP 2014. Fourth speaker, Florent Vigentot, Paris Sud 2013. And the government whip this evening will be Armand Terrien, ENS 2006. The opposition will be headed by their shadow Prime Minister, Gabriel Amzal de Film 2014. Second speaker, Omar Layashi, Polytechnique 2008. Third speaker, Antoine Leclerc, INSEAC 2015. Fourth speaker, Caroline Reuillon, Sciences Po 2012. And lastly, here to conclude the debate, the opposition whip, Roy Delonius, Sorbonne 2016. Here to decide which team will take the lead, I ask you to extend the welcome to our learned jury. Representing the youngest of vets, Mehdi Shaibi, Super-Héros 2016. Representing the middle vets, and who has travelled all the way from London to be with us here tonight, Charlène Beaulieu, Assas 2009. And representing the old vets, Adam himself, creator of this association, without whom you would not be here tonight, your president, Declan McCallum. To guide them in their task, the jury has been kindly asked to judge the speakers and their respective teams on the following criteria. Argumentation, which concerns the content of the speech. Presentation, or how said content is put forth. Teamwork, which pertains to a team's cohesion and strategy. Engagement, or how well the team interacts with their opponents to debate with them and not next to them. And lastly, star quality, that particular charisma, which we enjoy so much and turns a debater into an orator. In essence, ladies and gentlemen, and in conformity with Cicero's teachings, the speakers are asked to prove, to please, and to persuade. So I invite you now to turn to the motion which is submitted to you this evening. Tonight, we discuss the very social fabric of a veterans event as we debate whether this House would disrespect its elders.